The following activity requires only a whiteboard or a blackboard and a pen and some paper and I guess a ballpoint marker or chalk, depending on what board you're using for your class. This activity is good for a wide range of subjects from science and history to language arts and foreign languages. I typically give this activity as a warm-up, but you can just as well give it as a cool-down or even as the basis for a full-length activity if that is what you prefer. To start this activity off, put all of the words that you want to review with your students on the board. Don't put them in order, don't put them linearly, put them in any spot on the board, running diagonally, horizontally, and vertically. But don't put them backwards because that's just too much thinking for the students. Just put them diagonally and vertically and horizontally in any part of the board. Make sure you're writing the words big enough so that the students in the far back of the room can see what you have written. And then when you are finished, elicit a sentence from one of your students in the front or anywhere that you choose and have them write a sentence that connects two of the words on the board. So for example, you see the words on this screen, bank and building, so maybe the student might say, the bank is a building. And so your job as the teacher is to then connect the two words with a line. Like this. So you can imagine at this point the students know where this game is going. So as the game progresses, the board will be filled with a spider's web of words connecting each other. And as you go through this game, you could add different stipulations to the rules in which they can connect the words. For example, you can have the students write something or say something about themselves with respect to the two words that they would like to connect. So for example, if I'm using the word building and castle, I might say to connect the two words, the castle that I grew up in is a building. So you can hear from my sentence that I've personalized the sentence to talk about me and my upbringing. So you could do it that way. You can have students try to connect the words by themes or by categories. You can have them produce different sentences. And I think, like I said, this is good for a wide range of subjects. It could be especially good for science and foreign languages because you can test the students' ability to recall some of the information that they'll be responsible for on the test. Or you can find a way to have them sort of chunk together different words that will help them memorize the overall concept better. You know, studies do show that to memorize material, students, teachers, anybody really, needs to chunk information together to create patterns and categories that organize and synthesize information in our heads. And that's what kind of aids us in recalling information that we need to remember and also to lock that memory into the long-term memory that we have, into the long-term storage in the deep recesses of our minds. So having the students categorize and chunking together these different words that might or might not be related is really a good activity for helping the students to practice what they need to learn for tests and exams and perhaps in life overall. So I do highly recommend this activity, which, by the way, is good for small and large classes. Bye for now.